Good afternoon, dear friends. Today I want to close one very popular question that I get asked all the time. Where is there really the most protein? Because most people give the same answer: chicken, eggs, meat. But as usual, it's not that simple. Today I'll show you a real table of foods with the highest protein content and explain where the numbers can be misleading, where the nuances are, and what is truly worth eating and what is not. If this topic is interesting to you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And now, let's continue. Why do we need protein at all? Protein is not about getting bulky. Protein is about muscles, immune system, hormones, recovery, and even mental clarity. Especially after age 40 or 50, when muscle mass declines faster than we'd like. And the problem is not that people don't eat protein. The problem is that they eat it incorrectly. Protein leaders, with important caveats. Let's start with the absolute record holders. Egg powder, about 45 grams of protein per 100 grams. Yes, the number is impressive. But let's be honest, who actually eats 100 grams of egg powder per day? This is a concentrate, not an everyday food. Dry soy, 35 to 37 grams of protein. A leader among plant-based products. But it's hard to digest, requires proper preparation, and doesn't suit everyone. Parmesan cheese, 35 to 36 grams of protein. Hard cheeses really are rich in protein, but they also contain a lot of salt, fat, and high calories. Parmesan is an addition, not the base of the diet. Real protein sources for every day. Now let's move on to foods that truly make sense on a regular basis. Chicken breast, 30 to 32 grams of protein. Why is it so popular? It's affordable, easy to digest, and has very little excess fat. Yes, it's not the highest on paper, but it's the most practical. Beef, 26 to 30 grams of protein. A good animal protein, especially lean cuts, but it's important not to burn it and not to eat it in huge amounts every day. Canned tuna, 25 to 29 grams of protein. A great option, quick, convenient, and nutritious. Just not every day because of potential heavy metal accumulation. Unexpected sources of protein. Now comes the interesting part. Pumpkin seeds, about 30 grams of protein. Many people see them as just a snack, but they also provide protein, zinc, magnesium. However, they are a supplement, not a replacement for meat. Dried porcini mushrooms, 25 to 30 grams of protein. Yes, mushrooms can be surprising, but their protein is absorbed less efficiently, so they are more of a bonus than a foundation. Red caviar, 30 to 32 grams of protein. Very high-quality protein. But expensive, salty, and you can't eat much of it. Plant protein, truth and myths. Lentils, about 24 grams of protein. Peanuts, 25 to 26 grams. Almonds, 20 to 21 grams. Protein is there. That's a fact. But it's important to understand absorption is lower, and the amino acid profile is incomplete. Plant protein works best in combinations, not as the only source. And I also want to share one favorite from our family kitchen. That is quinoa. Technically, it's not a grain, but a seed from a plant related to spinach and beets. Many people know it as rice quinoa or goosefoot. Quinoa is rich in plant-based protein, fiber, magnesium, iron, phosphorus, and antioxidants. It contains a complete amino acid profile and is naturally gluten-free, which makes it a great choice for people with gluten intolerance. In 100 grams of dry quinoa, there are about 14 grams of protein. But after cooking, this amount drops to about 4.5 grams because quinoa absorbs a lot of water. However, it contains more fiber than rice. And as you know, fiber helps improve digestion and gut health, lower cholesterol, support healthy blood sugar levels, maintain healthy weight, and reduce the risk of certain cancers. Give this grain a try. You may be pleasantly surprised. Final conclusion. The biggest mistake is searching for one perfect product. Protein is not fanaticism, it's balance. The best approach is some animal protein, some plant protein, variety, and reasonable portions. Then, muscles are preserved, energy levels improve, and your body will thank you. If you're interested in how much protein is really needed after 40 or 50, and how not to overload your kidneys, write it in the comments. and we'll make a separate video. Take care of yourself and your health, and see you next time.